we are going to look at average and average ifs, and this helps you to get the overall performance of a group or subject. So we're going to begin with the average and then we move to the average if. And for the average, we are going to look at using the data set that we have here, which are the students, ID, student name, department, gender, score, and the attendance. So we are going to, for the average, we are going to look at the average score and then average attendance. And then for the average ifs, we are going to look at average score for ICT students, average score for business students, average score for agriculture students, and average score for the male students. So let's begin. So we are going to look at average score. So type average, then the average score. So the average score is 76.45. So let's look at the average attendance. So we are going to click average tab, then shift control page down, close the bracket, then so the average attendance is 90.5. So let's look at average ifs. So we are going to start with average score of ICT students. So SQL average if. So the range is the range is this. Then we're going to look at ICT. And then it's the average score for the ICT students. So this close. So the average for the ICT student is 64.57. We move to the average of score for the business students. So we can edit this. And then instead of having ICT, we have business. So for the business students, the average is high, 81.33. So, and then we have agriculture students. So instead of typing new formula, we use this one. We have agriculture. So for the average for agriculture is higher than the two which we have done. So it's 85. Then we have now the average score for male students. So equal to average ifs. So the range is the gender. We want the male students. Then we want the score. Close the bracket. So the average score for the male students is 70.4. We can go further and do for the female so that we can compare. So we edit the formula. So the average score for the female is higher compared to the one for the female. So thank you so much for watching this video. That's how you can run the average and average ifs, and this one will help you to see the overall performance of the group or the subjects depending on what the data was about, or which group of people or subject you picked when you collected your data. So thank you so much for watching this video. For those who are returning back, welcome back to the great channel. For the new subscribers, welcome to a very wonderful channel that is going to train you and teach you